Hà Trương, we translate Sayadaw Khipapanno Dharma talk to English. Dạ em mời cô Hà.
Yes, thank you, Christine. Okay. Greeting everyone. Today, the Sayadaw Khipapanno is giving us a Dharma talk on the occasion of the Buddha Day. The Buddha Day is one of the very big celebration in the Buddhist tradition because this is the day that the Bodhisattva was born. He became enlightened, and the Buddha passed away on the full moon day of Lunar in the April. So in the Western, it is the full moon day in May. 2,568 years ago, the Bodhisattva was born on the full moon day of the month of the April in the lunar calendar. So every year we commemorate this auspicious day by celebrating it. Whatever that the Buddha taught, he taught us out of his experience. He found the Dharma, the way, he practiced it. He taught it to his disciples, and he also taught it to us. So what we have is all of his experiences through his teaching. Just like an experienced teacher, the professor, the teacher, has accumulated all of the life experiences. And now that professor, that teacher is telling us, is teaching us. So whatever we are hearing, we are receiving, it is all from the experience. The Bodhisattva cultivated his parami, all of the 10 parami in all 3 different levels. So with that parami, he practiced and he became enlightened. So today we commemorate, we celebrate the occasion that the Bodhisattva was born. He became enlightened, and the Buddha passed away on the full moon day of the lunar calendar in the month of April. It is very rare for a Buddha to be born, to be enlightened. On this planet, we are lucky that we have 5 Buddha. On some planet, there is none. And on this planet, we have roughly 5 trillion people, but we only have 1 enlightened being. So it is very rare that the Buddha is born and became enlightened. And it is very lucky for us that we have the opportunity to meet the teaching. The Buddha taught us about the truth. The truth is we live in the suffering of being born, of being sick, old age, and death. The cause of the suffering is attachment. If there is no rebirth, no aging, then there is no death, then it is happiness. So the first noble truth is the truth about the suffering. Rebirth is suffering. Old age is suffering. Sickness is suffering. Death is suffering. Everything in life is suffering. And the cause of it is the attachment. So in order to be free of the suffering, then we have to let go of the cause. We have to let go of the attachment. So in order to let go of this suffering, we have to practice. We have to practice the way or the path leading out of suffering. And that path is the Noble Eightfold Path. Today, all of us gather here to commemorate this day. So in the tradition, we are doing the practice that is called Dutanga. So for the night, we are not going to sleep, and we will devote the time to practice according to the Buddha's teaching. And that is the most honorable way of expressing our gratitude to the teacher, to the Buddha. So tonight we will not sleep. We will stay up all night and practice. We are practicing the morality, the concentration, and the development of the wisdom. So we are practicing in order to get out of the suffering. So the way that we are practicing right now, for tonight, we are trying to cultivate, to have concentration on the breath. And the way we do it is we always pay attention on the breath by paying attention around the nostril area. Every time that we breathe in, we mentally label it or mentally say it in the head that is in. And then every time that we breathe out, we will mentally say it that is out. So in, out, in, out. And the mind is around the nostril area. The way to practice is wherever the body is, the mind is with it. So the mind is also stay with the body. By that, the Venerable Khipapanno means that when we are standing, we are aware that we are standing. When we are aware, we mentally label standing, standing. When we walk, we are aware of walking. So the mind is on the walking. And mentally, we will say walking, walking. When we see things, the mind is at the eyes. And we mentally label seeing, seeing. With the hearing, also the mind is at the ear. When we hear, we will mentally label hearing, hearing. So with the practice, we have to mentally label, and it is also called noting, and we are fully aware of it. It is called clearly comprehending. So we are trying to practice for this whole night, and with the practice, we are offering it to the triple gem, to the Buddha. Before, when we are sad, we are not aware of it. When we are happy, we are not aware of it. When we are sleepy, we are not aware of it. But now, since we are practicing, we are aware of it. When we are aware of it, that means there is understanding, there is wisdom. Before, we normally say that I am happy, I am sad, but we don't actually know who is I. And because of not knowing, therefore, there is the cycle of rebirth. But the Buddha already mentioned the I that we did not know before. What is the I? So actually, it is the mind and the physical body, mind and body. And it is the combination of all of the mental and physical phenomena. When there is a pain, there is the awareness of pain. When there is sleepiness, there is the awareness of sleepiness. The awareness is the wisdom. The Buddha became enlightened in order to help his relative, to help the beings at that time, and to help us now. And we can, the Buddha can only help us when we have enough parami, or when we have enough conditions. How do we have those right conditions? By cultivating it. By cultivating it one bit at a time, one noting at a time, one awareness at a time. For each awareness of the breath, for each awareness of anything that is happening in the mind and body, we are cultivating parami. We are building up all of the right conditions. So when the conditions are ripe, then wisdom will arise. And the Buddha taught us to live in the present. Right now, we are breathing, so we should be fully aware of the in-breath and the out-breath. When we stand, aware of standing. When walking, aware of walking. When thinking, aware of thinking. When sleepiness comes, aware of the sleepiness. We should be aware of what is going on at the present moment. The Venerable mentioned that if a person does not eat for 3 weeks, one will die. If a person does not drink for 3 days, one will die. But if a person does not breathe for 3 minutes, then one will die. So the breath is very important. If we can be with the breath, we can follow it. It will help us to gain understanding, wisdom, and it will lead us to enlightenment. In this physical body, the 4 main elements are the elements of air, elements of earth, elements of water, and elements of fire. So in those elements, the easiest one is the air element. And the air element, it can move very fast. When a person practices concentration meditation or samatha meditation, he will cultivate supernatural power. And with that, he would be able to fly. So now, getting back to night practice, we are going to do one of the austerity practice. That is the Dutanga. We will not sleep this whole night. We will stay up, practice meditation, chanting, and discuss about the Dharma. So when we stay up all night, there are 3 levels. For those who is not very healthy and strong, we can sit on a chair with the back, and we can lean on a chair. For those whose health is a little better, we can sit on the floor, but we can lean on the wall. And for those whose health is very good, then we can just sit on the floor without leaning. But for the whole night, we will try to practice and not to sleep. If we happen to break the practice, then the Venerable said that we should try to make the promise again that I will try to practice all night without breaking it. The highest way to show the appreciation to the teacher, is by following what that teacher has taught. And when we are practicing the insight meditation or the vipassana meditation, we are cultivating the concentration, and that is called momentary concentration. Momentary concentration is the concentration that we cultivate, we develop moment by moment. And each moment is even faster than a second. Each time that we are aware of the in-breath or the out-breath, each time that we are aware, each time like that, then the mind stays with the breath. At that moment, the mind does not go to the past nor the future. It is at the present. It stays with the breath. It sticks to the breath, and with each awareness, like that, concentration is present, and the concentration is moment to moment. With the in-breath, there is 1 moment of concentration. With the out-breath, there is 1 moment of concentration. And millions of moments of in-breath and out-breath, then the moment concentration becomes stronger and stronger. When concentration is stronger, then wisdom will arise. Every time that we are aware of the in-breath and out-breath continuously like that, it means that we are fully alive. A person who is alive is a person who is fully aware. When we are not aware, it means we are dead. So when we are alert and aware, it means we are alive. So next, the Venerable have us making a promise that we will try to practice the whole night. So first, he asked that we fold up our hand and we will recite Namo Tassa for 3 times. And then we will ask the Buddha that we will try to practice this Dhutanga, this austerity practice for the whole night. Whether we choose the lower level, the medium level, or the highest level. Whichever level that we choose, whatever level that I choose, may that practice be the condition for the attainment, for the path and the fruition. And the Venerable have us repeat that 3 times. So now the Venerable will teach us how to practice. So we sit with the back comfortable and straight. The mind pays attention at the nostril area. With the in-breath, note or mentally label in. With the out-breath, mentally label out. So for each noting like that, we have right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. There must be the effort to keep the mind on the nostril area, and there is the right mindfulness to be aware of it and to mentally label it. And there is the right concentration because the mind stays with the in-breath and the out-breath. So for each noting, there is the 3 factors of right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. And if you are sleepy, then open the eyes. But the mind is still at the nostril area. For the walking meditation, for the tonight practice, we are practicing about the in-breath and out-breath. So we will concentrate only on the in-breath and out-breath. For the walking, the legs are walking, but the mind pays attention to the nostril area. When we pay attention to the in-breath and out-breath, there is no thinking of the past and there is no planning of the future. There is only the present. And the program for tonight is we will do some sitting, some walking, some chanting about the life of the Buddha, chanting about the Buddha's teaching of impermanence, suffering, and no self, and the chanting of the Buddha passing away. The teacher also mentioned that when we practice, if the mind happened to wander or to think, then don't be so harsh on yourself. Thinking is a very normal process. If there is a thinking, then just bring it back to the nostril area. Mentally say a nostril. Every time that we call out the name nostril, automatically the mind will get back to the nostril. If we are skillful at following the breath like that, then when we are about to pass away, we will continue to follow the in and out breath, and we will be reborn in the pleasant realm, because we die with awareness and with wisdom. So the air element is a very powerful element. With the air, the airplane can go everywhere in the world. And with the air element, we can have a video call, we can have audio call. So the Buddha already mentioned about the air element and all of the other main elements. Nowadays, science is only trying to prove it, but the Buddha already mentioned about that 2,568 years ago. Every time that we stand, we walk, we sit, we lie down, if we can remember about the in and out breath, that way the mind is always at the present. It is not in the past, it is not in the future, it is in the present. And the teacher said that do not try until you get old to practice meditation, to do this austerity practice. Do it while you are young. Don't wait until you get old, because by that time the body is not strong enough. And do not look down at one in breath or one out breath, because for each awareness of the in breath, you are cultivating the parami. So for each noting of the in breath, for each noting of the out breath, you are cultivating. And one cultivating may not seem to be a lot, but if there are millions and millions of the awareness of the noting like that, then the parami becomes stronger and stronger. So if we have enough faith on the Buddha's teaching, we believe that the Buddha was really present. He did find out a way out of suffering. He practiced it. He taught it to his disciple. His disciples became enlightened. If we really believe in it, we will try. And then when we try, slowly, slowly, our parami will increase. And with the practice, if we cannot be enlightened in this Buddha dispensation, then for the future of Buddha, the Buddha Maitreya, then we can be enlightened. But in order to be enlightened, we need to have enough conditions. And the only way to build up conditions is to practice it. Piecemeal by piecemeal, each noting at a time. Never judge yourself and never think that I don't have enough parami, so I am not going to practice. That is a very, very wrong thinking. So please do not do that. As long as you have the noting, as long as you have the awareness, each awareness that you are doing, each and every in and out breath, you are building up your parami. So do not think, but just put into the practice right away. The reason that we are not enlightened yet, because we still have a lot of attachment. We are not willing to let go yet. So we need to learn to let go. So if we can only aware of one noting, it is better than zero noting. If we are aware of two noting, it is better than one noting. So each noting that we are building up, it is better than nothing. So with that, the Venerable will end the Dharma talk today. And he sincerely wished that we just put into the practice. Each noting, we are saving it. Just think that you are putting in the piggy bank, each penny at a time. So nothing goes to waste. So now the sitting is finished, and we just get up and we do the walking meditation. So with that, the Venerable will end the Dharma talk today. Thank you. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Ms. Ha, for translating Venerable Sayadaw Khipapanno Dharma talk into English. And if the practitioner on Zoom have already made your Dhutanga vow on Zoom, we kindly ask that you continue meditating and practice walking meditation according to your vow for the rest of the day. The Zoom will now log off. We wish all practitioners diligently practice in mindfulness and have a peaceful day and night. Dạ, cảm ơn cô Hà đã thông dịch pháp thoại của Ngài sang tiếng Anh.
Giờ
À,
đâu rồi?
dạ, nếu Phật tử trên Zoom đã phát nguyện và thọ đầu đà trên Zoom thì xin quý Phật tử tiếp tục hành thiền và đi kinh hành theo lời phát nguyện của mình trong ngày hôm nay ạ. Zoom xin log off và chúc quý Phật tử tu tập tinh tấn trong chánh niệm và có một ngày an lành và một đêm an lành ạ.